Good morning, everybody, and this is your Dow Jones setups for today's trades. Now, the Dow Jones is quite interesting. There's been something happen on the markets after hours. Not sure what it is. Haven't had time to look at any noise, but the Hang Seng is basically down just over 2%. Bank of England also did some weird stuff yesterday. They raised interest rates higher than what was anticipated, but then they were also expecting them to drop interest rates. So that caught the market by surprise, and you can see that in the Forex video. But what's happening here, so on the S&P and the DAX, we have a channel, and S&P we've got a clear channel break, and it's busy retesting the channel. But on the DAX, we're kind of just still in this wedge pattern here. So we're still sort of falling in this wedge pattern. It could be a head and shoulders forming here of sorts. It depends how you draw it, but anyway, it's a rounding top is another way of looking at it, and that would be the neckline right here where price is here. So it's just sort of there. I suppose I could just take it on this tail, but if you look left, there's a lot of structure here. So that could be the situation, or this is a wedge test of this environment, and we're looking for a break up. We've still got diversions in play from as far back as this swing low, in actual fact, as far back as this swing low now. So you can see price is low, price is high. Look at my oscillators. So this is looking like a wedge setup. Where it doesn't look like a wedge setup is obviously on the weekly. So we're kind of closing the weekly gap at the moment. It'll have to close like this. There's another weekly gap lower down. But like I said yesterday, this is still in an upward trend. We do have not so much, well, it's kind of flat there, but where price made a new high, so we can call it diversions. But I think more a megaphone formation. So you draw a line along there, draw a line along there. So we're stuck in this big megaphone formation. Look left, there's a lot of support and resistance potential here. So yeah, if we just look at what's going on in the 8 hour, so we had an inside bar, and we had some buyers come in. There were quite a few buyers coming in yesterday, and now after hours, a lot of those trades have been taken out. Could just be a trap. It could just be algorithms messing with us, to be honest. But nevertheless, if we start looking at the 3 hour, moving averages did cross over. We are in between the 155 and the moving averages, so we're still consolidating or ranging, which is kind of what's happening. Oscillators have grouped the downside. Now they're sort of waving all over the place, so no real information there. This level that we are testing now is fairly important. You can see that pin bar there, which where the buyers came in off that structure before noise, and the noise went up. We had noise yesterday, which probably drove that up, but this is the after hours portion here that we've fallen. So the hasn't really, it's 0.5%. So DAX is almost down at 0.8%. So very difficult to ascertain whether we have something happening or if this is just knee-jerk reactions to some event in Asia, or Asia's knee-jerk reaction to some event in Europe. Anyway, I think just keep an open mind at the moment. You can see yesterday no real structure. Tails to the downside, tails to the upside, bob wire, nothing there really that indicated an opportunity. We didn't even hit structure to the left here for the rejections. Only thing that is indicating a potential bear trend at the moment is these moving averages, which have crossed over and pointing down. So that's kind of the only view that I have. I don't want to be jumping in short down here, that's for sure. It doesn't matter that it is setting up big shoulder, big head, and then you can call this your right shoulder. It really doesn't matter. For this to play out, needs to be a break and retest of it before you even look at it. I'm focused on this. So that is a clear wedge. I can see it on all time frames. So the reality is, same as yesterday, I need a break above yesterday's high and a retest of this environment for the wedge to start playing out. So that's what I'd be waiting for longs. Definitely don't want to be jumping in short down here, and I also don't want to be trying to guess the bottom. So in other words, I won't be jumping in long unless I see some structure. So important to just swing left. So there's our structure on the left hand side, right? But we've closed a little bit below it. So here is my next level. So these are not in play. That is in play there. If I come back to the left, sorry, to the right, you'll see that this engulfing bar is just short of that 33,800 area. I wouldn't take it with a pinch of salt. I would take it with a pinch of salt, sorry. And we'll just wait for better structure. So if we do get some kind of a decent setup down here, but it's got to be exact on one of these levels. So it's going to have to be a nice juicy pin bar or a double bottom setup, which would be an inside bar or a golfing bar or pin bar double bottom setup on these levels. I would be interested in taking a long just above it with a stop very close. It's going to be about a 50-point stop loss, but very small position. And I'm basically going to just, as soon as I can get my stoppers to entry, because all of this chaos here could impact us. But there are a lot of gaps here. That's the only little setup that I can see, which would be a long scalp against the trend. So it's going to be risky, which is why you want to do very small position, very tight stop loss. For me, the only real positive or big trade that I'd be looking for would be a break of this wedge, break of 3400, retest of 3400, and then we move on to the upside. Weekly setup is indicating bigger pullback, but we'll have to wait to see that play out. Anyway, that's it for me. Hope it helps, and if it does, drop us a thumbs up and just say hi in the comments. Would appreciate that, and we will catch up with you on Monday morning. Enjoy your weekend.